How are y'all?
Hey Garrett,
It's
over
better
the
than me.
first couple games, how have you seen your chemistry with CJ grow?
Yeah, with CJ, we knew it was gonna be reps and game reps to, get that chemistry down fully. So, I mean, it's not something that you can just build only in practice. Game it takes, game reps to get there. So, it's expected that we've gotten better, through these first two games. So,
Garrett, I know you guys want to be perfect as an offense and you expect to be, but is there too much pressure on the offense right now to be perfect every single snap? Or do you guys feel that with the defense having some struggles?
I think we put it on ourselves. So, I mean, if we don't score a touchdown, I know after the first two drives, this past weekend, we felt like we didn't do enough. So, um, I mean, you know your personnel. You know how games are shaken up in the past, and I feel like every every drive we don't go out there and score, it puts a little bit more pressure on the defense, and vice versa. Whenever they get scored on, we feel like we have to score every drive. I don't know, so um,
Just
I
for
just don't
people
know.
on the outside looking in, 612 yards of offense
Yeah,
against a pretty good team is a pretty good day. But
yeah,
I mean, were you guys leaving that game? Were you frustrated at the lack of scoring output? I mean, how do you process that?
yeah. I mean, we started slow and we finished slow. So, I mean, you can say what you want about defense, but we had two chances to tie the game up, and then if we do what we do on the first drive, take the lead after they got those two stops, three stops really, if you count the last drive. So, um, I mean, we don't feel like we did enough offense side, and we want to control what we can control. So that's putting points on the board every drive.
What did you notice about your defensive teammates, like today in practice and stuff? Is there a new resolve? I mean, what would you notice that's different?
Yeah, I mean they bring it every day. So, um, I don't think anything's changed with them. They bring it every day. So I mean, they got some new things they're working on, and I'll leave it at that. But um, I mean, my teammates, they come out there and get to work every day on defense, offense side, both sides. So um, yeah, yeah, my fault.
This is the first time in your career that you lost in a game that wasn't the end of the year.
Yeah.
First time you had to bounce back. How do you think the team has responded this week after obviously a very disappointing loss?
Yeah. I mean, today we haven't had a better practice than today all year. Offensively, I would say they're trying to learn new things on the defensive side, so that comes with a learning curve. But I mean, the energy and just the attention to detail the last 2 days, I feel like it hasn't been like that. This whole since camp started. So I mean, we knew we had some problems, but whenever you lose, it magnifies them all. So um, I mean, there's no room for messing up at practice anymore. I mean, if there was before, there's none at all now. So.
Are you kind of taking this as the approach that we can make this a blessing in disguise?
Um, I mean, I don't want to look. I hate losing, so yeah, it's not no blessing to me ever. Like I don't know. I hate talking about it. I hate losing. So it's kind of just you gotta use it though. You can't just use it as you can't just have it as a loss and not use it to get better or realize what the problems were and really address them now. So um, yeah. Um,
How exciting was it to see Jackson have a big breakout performance, even in the loss?
Yeah. I mean, that's like I've said it before. We all know what Jackson's capable of, and to see him do that, I mean, that's who Jackson is. You're gonna see that, 100 more times. So that was just the beginning for Jackson.
Does he have a little more bounce in his step though this week? I mean, he was a major focal point
Yeah.
of attempted comeback.
Yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, he as being a receiver, you want to get the ball. So I say that kind of often. You don't want to be just blocking and stuff like that. So coming back from the week one, and he played good. It's just he didn't get the targets that he would like after against Minnesota, and then come back with the big game against Oregon. That was big for his confidence for sure.
How does that help you and Chris? I mean, obviously everyone's going to
Yeah.
focus on you guys first. To have him kind of emerge a little bit and now people focus on him, what does that do for you two outside?
I mean, that's everything. Having a weapon at every position. You can't choose which one you want to focus on to take out of the game. You see like teams like the Kansas City Chiefs play, and you pick your poison. And they throw to the other one, like stuff like that. I mean, it's huge. Just opens up the whole offense. So,
Yeah,
you know,
on that fourth down conversion, I think down there going toward the goal line, I think Jackson might have been maybe the first reader on that, but they jumped him and you were open around a little deep out play.
yeah.
CJ saw you.
Okay, yeah.
Was that a lot of things coming together there? And do you see that as a growth Another one of those growth moments for CJ.
Yeah, I mean that play we had ran it three, 4 times throughout the game, but this was the first time. That was the first time he got back to the opposite side. So it was a quick read off the start, and then come back to the opposite side. And that was the first time he got back to it. And we were, like you said, they were cover two shell, I think it was. So, yeah, I mean him being able to recognize that and get to the backside was huge.
What's that like when you first to see someone get the shine like Jackson?
Yeah.
Other guys that are capable of doing that.
Yeah, I mean, see, we saw Jackson come in, so, and literally the first day, me and Chris looked at each other like watching Jackson run a route, and we were just like, okay, like we got us one, So, I mean, it's been a long time coming for Jax. He had his flashes last year. I mean, one of the craziest catches I've seen body control wise, and I mean, how many yards he had? 100, 140 or something. It's good. He balled out, so definitely, we love to see that.
Yeah, what are the biggest things that you feel like you guys as a passing offense can still do better?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if we, just kind of continue, just get 1% better every day. So, I mean, we talk about this with Coach Hart. You look at the stats and stuff like that, you feel like, it might be hard to say there's improvement, but we know in our receiver room that there's still a lot of things, we can get better at. I mean, route technique-wise, it's a lot more technique-wise. So, just falling out of cuts. I mean, we still left however many yards on the board. Speaking, we 612. I mean, I feel like there was another 100 that was to be made. So, if you want to be the best offense in the country, you got to do it every day. You got to find something to get better at. You can never be satisfied. So that's us right now. We're trying to figure out how we can finish drives, things like that.
Do you see that from CJ, that drive to want to keep getting 1% better every day?
Yeah, no, I do for sure.
A couple more questions, folks. Go ahead.
Run threat is CJ.
Say that again.
What kind of run threat is CJ? I know no one's jumping.
Yeah.
What kind of run threat is CJ?
I mean, he's a pocket passing quarterback, but if it's open, he can slide. I feel like CJ can slide. He's a big strider. If I had to guess, he'd be like 4'6" or something, 4'7".
Do you need, as his weapon, do you guys need to see that from him? I mean, taking hits, just being willing to take those hits, being willing to get those yards.
I mean,
matter? Just your quarterback?
honestly, I want to see him be standing, not take any hits, honestly. So, I mean, putting your head down, there's a time for that, but as far as, protecting your body and stuff like that, I want to see our quarterback, make it to the next play every time, be healthy, get up, pop up, stuff like that. So, I mean, him putting his head down on a 4th and 1, that would be something that, we would love to see, and the situation would call for that, but I just want to see him be healthy.
Garrett, we didn't get to talk to you after the game, but did you notice the defensive back check his wristband? Did you, coming off the line?
Yeah.
Touchdown.
Yeah, I saw him.
What's going on in your mind as you're watching that happen? And
I mean,
responding? Go ahead.
Yeah, I saw it, and I knew the DB didn't see me, so I was just hoping that CJ see me. Honestly, at that point, I was like wide open. So don't get easier than that. I mean, that was a blessing for sure. Just him looking down his wristband. I mean, we didn't even know they were gonna have wristbands. So, yeah, it was a big play.
Garrett, when Coach Say told us last week about how attacking horizontally is a big focus of this offense, when they're throwing to you guys out in the flats there horizontally, do you consider that sort of an extension of the run game, like you and Chris? And
Yeah.
how does that sort of factor in as like an extension?
Yeah, I mean, we call them long completions out on the practice field. So, I mean,
long handoffs?
long handoffs, exactly, yeah. So, I mean, our job is to go and get 5 yards. That's what Coach Day always says. He wants us to go get 5 yards, and after that, it's on us. So, we got to get 5 yards for the team, and as he would coach it to the running backs, go get a tough 4, 3, 4, 5 yards, and after that, it's on you.
Garrett, thank you very much.
Appreciate y'all, man.